guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm bringing you the full story of what if Goku was in Naruto. Many have waited for this, and it's finally here. So before we begin, I want to tell you to join my Discord server. We're working really hard on the server, and I promise to be active in it, so you get a chance to speak to me and many others. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. Trying to hit 2k by the end of the year, so I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe and click the notification bell so you never miss another video. Also, I want to thank Stealthy, Donic, Wavy, and many others for supporting the series, helping me brainstorm with ideas and many other things. And I also want to thank Power Scaling for Fun once again for helping me with power scaling on this. The video hasn't been released yet, but as soon as it is, I'll pin it in the comments along with a post in my community tab. All of their channels will be in the link in the description below. Lastly, stay tuned for the end of the video for skits me, Stealthy, and Wavy made. So without further ado, let's begin. There are a few things that I'm going to change to make this more interesting. First off, Goku has two brothers, his older brother Raditz, obviously, and his twin brother Turles. Gene is a Hyuga here, making Ultra Instinct a sort of mutated Byakugan. And Bardock had Super Saiyan God, which was used to defeat Majin Buu. And this was created with by a squad in Gine who was pregnant with Raditz at the time. So Raditz doesn't have Super Saiyan God. Later, once the Saiyan twins were born, Turles was incredibly gifted with insane potential, but doesn't have Super Saiyan God. On the other hand, Goku was born as just a normal kid, who is nowhere near as strong as Turles or any Saiyan for that matter. But he has the power of Super Saiyan God within him though. Turles focuses on his primal transformations, as Goku focuses on his God ones, as he fully attains them. And then finally, Goku isn't overpowering or being nerfed in the series at all. Dragon Ball characters and Naruto characters will be on equal ground throughout this entire story. Whether it's Dragon Ball's weaker or Naruto is stronger, it does not matter. They in this what if are on equal ground. That way Goku evolves his power just as Naruto does. It may vary depending on the transformation, but Super Saiyan God is equal to KCM1, and as Super Saiyan Blue in the Ninja War is equal to Sage's 6 Paths, Naruto, and Sasuke. So without further ado, let's begin. On a planet called Earth, there exists two races, the Saiyans and the humans. Saiyans are considered to be second-class citizens, and they're treated horribly by all nations. One Saiyan was abandoned by his parents a long time ago, as they were being hunted by the humans. His name was Bardock. Time passed and he found himself at the Hidden Leaf Village and joined the academy. He grew to be respected by his classmates. One day, he was walking to the academy when he saw a girl being picked on by three older boys. It was because she was a Hyuga. So Bardock stepped in and defended the girl. The bullies retreated after he taught them a lesson with his weapon known as the power pole. "Hey, are you alright?" The girl nodded shyly. "Okay then. I don't expect to be thanked but for helping you, because I won't be doing it again." He then walks on. The girl then asks his name. "Bardock. You?" She then says that her name is Gine. Time passes and Gine started doing what he did with Naruto, kind of stalking Bardock. So Bardock catches on to this and tells her to beat it. But eventually he then begins to warm up to her and shows his soft side towards her. Bardock is also good friends with Minato and Namikaze, by the way. Kushina joins the academy and things will be mostly the same. Once they become full-fledged shinobi, Bardock has gotten a squad, and Minato teaches Kakashi, Obito, and Rin. So Bardock gets married to Gine, and Minato gets married to Kushina. And then one day, Buu is released and wreaks havoc during the Third Ninja War. He even puts the Saiyans under mind control and wreaks even more havoc. Bardock, who is battered, gets back up and his squad give their energy to him, and Gine gives some of her energy, but unknown to them, Gine is pregnant with Raditz, causing them to accidentally perform the Super Saiyan God ritual on Bardock. Bardock faces the Saiyans and knocking them all out. He then goes after Buu, and they fight. So they're evenly matched, but Buu seems to raise his power, and then Bardock is forced to use a Seinen Jutsu known as Mafaba. So Bardock is then praised, but then Bardock soon after the war then becomes the Saiyan King. Minato then becomes the 4th Hokage. 5 years pass since then, and Raditz is 5 years old. And then on April 16th, Gine and Bardock have two more children, Turles and Goku. So on October 10th then, Minato and Kushina then have a child too, which they name Naruto. But on that fateful day, Toby attacks, releasing the Ninetales, and then Ninetales destroys the village. But then he destroys the building that has Boo's seal in it, and then Boo is then freed, and he's pissed. Boo destroys anything in his path. Bardock goes into God and they fight. With Boo's regeneration, Bardock begins to tire out, and that's also to the fact that the Saiyans are also attacking him too. Boo then sees Gine running to get Goku, Turles, and Raditz to safety, but then goes to kill Goku, but then Gine jumps in the way. Bardock watches as Gine dies before his eyes. His rage grows as he snaps. His hair and eyes turn blue. His hair spikes up, and he then gains a blue aura. He's relentless on Blue. With Blue's regeneration though, Boo just lets Bardock punch right through him. He then holds onto Bardock's arm and then punches right through him. Bardock coughs up blood, and Bardock then smirks as he then holds on to Boo, which gives him enough time to seal Boo away once again. So then Bardock then lands on the ground next to his wife. He holds her tight, and they then die together. Main controlled Saiyans then grab the Saiyan twins, and also 9 main controlled rats with them. As they grow up, Goku is treated horribly. He hates the cruelty that the Saiyans put humans through. He feels horrible for them. Every time the human has a look of fear in their eyes and begs them to let him live. Goku tries to talk about this, but they laugh and poke fun of him, and then soon after this turns into beatings. And they don't even stop, even after blood is drawn. Goku, still being young and inexperienced, can't do anything to stop them. Goku still has one friend though. His name is Broly. Broly doesn't like hurting anyone, but has an insane amount of power within him. Then, one day, they plan on killing the Uchiha due to an agreement with Itachi Uchiha. The Uchiha are being slaughtered. And this is when Goku finally steps in the way of them, and it says, "What's the point of all this? It doesn't make any sense. They live just as much as we do. They're just like us. So what if they're weak? Why the hell does that matter?" Turles, hurry up and shut his mouth. Okay. Turles then rushes at Goku and punches him through multiple houses. Getting sick and tired of this humanity talk. You're a Saiyan in blood, so act like one. These humans are meaningless. What about Mom? Is she meaningless? You have human blood in you too, so you should be able to understand where I'm coming from. And here you go again with our mother as a human talk. So what? If she really loved us, then she wouldn't have died. Don't you dare say that about her! Goku rushes at him, and then Goku lands a ton of blows at Turles. The Saiyans then attack him, and he's able to keep up with them for a bit, but he gets outnumbered, and he's beaten close to death. Goku stands up bloody and beaten, and he lets out all of his power, exploding a fiery aura. The explosion is seen by everyone in the academy, and then the Saiyans escaped, and then left Goku to die, buried in rubble. Itachi and Sasuke have the same interaction, and then arrive, and then they see Goku lifting rubble off of him, and then he then collapses, then is taken to a hospital, where he wakes up. He's greeted by the Embu, and he's interrogated by them. He tells them everything he knows. So the third Hokage then lets him live, and then gives them the power pole, which they kept after Bardock died. So one day, Goku then eventually joins the academy. After his first day, he's told that because he's an extra student, he'll have to be in a 4-man team instead of a 3-man team. So later, he's starving, so he goes to get some food. When he comes across Ishiraki Ramen, he sees a boy from his class that sat alone, and no one acknowledged him. So he goes to talk to him. The boy's name is Naruto Uzumaki. Goku sits down and then buys a bowl of ramen, which he finds really good. Goku and Naruto talk for a while and then soon become really good friends. Time passes since then, and the academy do the clone jutsu test to become Genin. So Goku passes, and Naruto then uses the sexy jutsu like in the original. Mizuki then tells Naruto to go steal the scroll, so Naruto does so, and then Iruka then finds him. Mizuki and Iruka have their same fight, and then Naruto then finds out that he's the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki. So Goku uses shadow clones and then defeats Mizuki. So he later then goes to tell So later the next day, Naruto tells Goku that he has the Nine-Tails within him. Goku says and then says, "It's time that I was honest too. I'm actually a half-breed between a Saiyan and a human." Naruto is surprised to hear this, but after hearing Goku's story, he understands what he went through, and they then go to the academy. So they then put their teams together, and everyone's called out except for Goku. "Anorak Sensei, what about Goku?" "Huh? Oh, I almost forgot. Goku, you'll be in Team 7 along with Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura." Naruto is glad that he's going to be on the same team with his best friend, Sasuke couldn't care less, and Sakura is just happy that Goku looks cute. And that Sasuke's on our team as well. So Goku goes to talk to his new teamates, and then they find Sakura sitting alone. He then goes to talk to her. Hi, where are the others? Sakura then says that she has no idea and that she's waiting on Sasuke, and she thought that Naruto would be with Goku. Nah, I haven't seen him all day. I'm guessing Sasuke's your boyfriend, right? So she then blushes and says that she hopes he will be in the future. Well, I hope things work out between you two. She then smiles at this, and then Sasuke arrives and asks Goku if he knows where Naruto is. Goku says he has no idea, and then says that he'll go and try and find him. And then also says, I look forward to working with you guys. Sakura says likewise, and he then runs off. Naruto has his toilet issues like he does in the original, and then he then finally goes back to class. They meet their sensei Kakashi, and Naruto and Sakura's goals are basically the same, and with Goku laughing when Sakura says that she hates Naruto. So then Kakashi then says, okay then, what about you? My name is Goku Hyuga, and for things that I like adrenaline pumping things, I guess. I can't really explain it though. For my dislikes, I don't really hate anything, being honest. As for my goals, I want to bring peace across the world. Everyone thinks that he's just a do-gooder, but then Kakashi sees what he means by this. He likes fighting strong opponents because of his Saiyan blood, and he wants to bring peace between Saiyans and humans. See. Okay, lastly you. My name is Sasuke Uchiha. I don't particularly like anything, and I have a lot of dislikes. What I have is not a dream, because I will make it a reality. I'm going to restore my clan, and kill a certain someone, along with a certain race. Sasuke looks at Goku for a split second and then looks back. Later, they do the bell test, and Naruto and Sasuke then go out on their own, and then that goes technically the same. Sakura goes out to try and find Sasuke when Kakashi grabs her, and then Goku then finds them and rushes in. Kakashi then thinks he'll just go for the bells, but then Goku then uses a technique called Solar Flare, and momentarily blinds Kakashi. He then grabs Sakura, and then gets away from him. Sakura's about to question him, but then Goku says, go help out Naruto, I'll go get Sasuke. She then nods, and then they then go to help the both of them. So they then all get together, and then Goku then says, well, we need to work together here. If we all attack him at the same time, we might be able to get the bells. Team 7 then make a plan and then head out. So Naruto makes shadow clones and disguises them as Goku, Sasuke, and Sakura, and Kakashi then goes to and Kakashi defeats them. But then Goku then grabs in a full Nelson, and Sasuke and Sakura then rush in and grab the bells and get a hold of them. So they all then pass, and then they all fall to the ground exhausted. They all become ninja. So later, the next day, they then do their mission, and then after many missions, they finally go to do an A-rank mission, where they go to meet, and that's when they meet Tazuna. And he says that the short one doesn't look very strong, talking about Naruto. Then they head off after Naruto argues with him, and then an ninja's attack, but Goku and Sasuke easily defeat them. And then Zabuza then attacks. Kakashi fights him, and then he then creates a water clone, goes to attack Tazuna, but Goku jumps in the way, getting his back sliced. Goku then gets back up injured, and then dashes at Zabuza. He then takes out his power pole and then deflects Zabuza's blade. He then distracts the clone whilst Naruto and Sasuke save Kakashi. So then Goku then passes out from the blood loss and then exhaustion. So things remain mostly the same up until they get to Tazuna's home. Goku and Kakashi are treated, but Goku's in a coma. They then learn how to walk on trees, and then Kakashi then Sakura from Kakashi, and then Sakura then easily does it. So then Naruto and Sasuke continue, and Sakura occasionally checks on Goku, who also sews his clothes. One day, they then go to the bridge where they run to Zabuza and Haku. Bandits try and take Tsunami, Tazuna's daughter, and also come across the power pole. When Goku grabs hold of it. Hey, let go, brat! Goku doesn't answer. They then try and take it out. They then take it out of his hands, and then Goku then stands up, grabbing the power pole again. This weapon means a lot to me, and I won't let scum like you take it from me. It's the only thing that I can do to atone. Do you hear this, wimp? Nice trying to scare us, but you will let go of this! Goku powers up and a red aura surrounds him. He then, his power then doubles as he then kicks one of them out the window and then sends another one through a wall. Goku then powers down. Phew, looks like I overdid it there. King Kai sure has helped me get stronger. Goku then puts on his clothes, and then Tsunami asks about his wound, and Goku says not to worry about it. Goku is surprised to see his clothes are fixed, but doesn't say anything about it. Thanks for taking care of me! So Goku then jumps out the window and then goes to the others. He then catches up to Naruto, who is glad to see that he's back. They then head to the bridge and Goku then stops Zabuza's blade. And then Naruto then goes to help out Sasuke. I thought I killed you, but it seemed that I went too easy on you. Now I'm stronger than ever. Kid, are you insane? Your teacher is struggling against him and you think that you can defeat him by yourself? Sakura then says, plus he's injured, so he won't even come close to Zabuza. Let's just say I got a little stronger from my recovery. This confuses them, but then that's when Goku then says, here goes, Kaioken! What? Goku then punches Zabuza, sending him flying back a little. Not bad. I actually felt that. Sakura asks Kakashi what happened to Goku. His, father's clan has the ability to become stronger after every fight. He also went into a coma in his last fight. In that state, he must have come across King Kai. And he must have taught him the Kaioken, an ability that multiplies your strength, speed, and senses, and all the other traits you use in a battle. He should be fine as long as he doesn't go beyond Kaioken times 2. Anything beyond that will put a strain on his body. Goku and Zabuza continue fighting, and Kakashi then helps out Goku. So Zabuza then grazes Goku's cheek, and then Goku jumps back and then begins powering up, and just then a sudden chakra appears, and it feels like Naruto. They continue fighting, and Goku goes into Kaioken times 3, then 4. So Zabuza then begins to struggle with the both of them, and then Goku then begins to give, his body then begins to give out. Kakashi then takes over and then goes to finish him off, but Haku sacrifices himself for Zabuza, and things return relatively the same. Only Goku is there. So then they're treated, and then they head home. So after that, time passes, and then they get ready for the Chunin exams. Sakura asks Sasuke if he wants to train with her, but he says that she should practice on honing her own abilities instead. Because where she stands, she's even worse than Naruto. She rejectedly walks over to Naruto and Goku, who are talking to Konohamaru, Udon, and Moigi. And Konohamaru asks Naruto if she's his girlfriend, and what she says yes to. She then punches him for saying it, and then sends him flying back. Konohamaru then gets punched next, and this here gives Goku the rule to never piss off Sakura. So she then yells at him, asking him what he's saying. Nothing, ma'am. She then walks off in a huff. But then Konohamaru then says something which makes her chase him. So they then run into Kankuro and Tamari, and then they have the same interaction as them and Gaara as they do originally. So when the Chunin exams arrive, the tests go as it does originally. Once they enter the Force of Death, Sasuke then says, Goku, I've been meaning to ask you this for a while. Be honest with me here. Are you a Saiyan? This question stops Goku dead in his tracks. Sakura giggles and then says it's obvious that he isn't, but he cuts her off. Shut up. I want to hear it from Goku. Answer me, or I won't hesitate to kill you. Sasuke, let me ask you this. What will you do with my answer? It depends. Whatever you say will be the ultimatum if you live or die. Things go quiet. The truth is, I'm both human and Saiyan. My mother was a human from the Hyuga clan, and my father was the Saiyan king. Both were killed a long time ago by Majin Buu. There's your answer. Now do as you please. Sasuke then puts his kunai back in his pocket. I guess I'm satisfied with your answer. I'll let you live. For now. Phew! After all that tension, I need to go pee. I'll be back in a sec. Naruto then Naruto then returns relatively quickly, and Sasuke then sees through it, and it's clear that this is Naruto. He turns into a woman, who puts them in a genjutsu. They break free, and then they fight the woman. Goku goes into Kaioken times 4, and then even times 10, but still can't do much. Goku is punched flying into a tree, but then Naruto arrives, punches Sasuke for being afraid. So Naruto then goes into his Ninetales chakra form, and then gets knocked out. So then Goku then powers up to his max, going into Kaioken times 20. And then Sasuke then activates his Sharingan. They then attack, and Goku then kicks her into the air, and then slams her down into a tree. Sasuke then ties her to it, and then does a fireball jutsu, just as Goku does a Kamehameha. The woman gets out, and it's revealed that she is Orochimaru. He lunges at Goku and then breaks him in the ribs. He then bites Sasuke, giving him the curse mark. Sasuke then passes out, and then Orochimaru then leaves. Goku and Sakura then find a shelter and then sit there in silence. Sakura finally speaks up. She says that she still can't believe Goku's a Saiyan. Yeah, I can understand if you don't trust me now. She then says that she does trust him because of the 500 times he's risked her life to protect her and everyone. Truth is, this is how I've always been. I've always had a love for humanity. I've always curious of how they lived. I sort of envied them. Every day I would be beaten, and for some for standing up for the humans, but most of the time it was for no reason. Then the infamous story of when the Uchiha clan was destroyed by the fiery light. I was there. I remember it as if it was yesterday. The screaming, the death and destruction. The Saiyans made sure everyone was killed. That's when I decided to stand up to the Saiyans. For a while, I was able to keep up with my brother. But then they all attacked me at once. And this time, they fought to kill me. I have a power within me that from my father, called the Super Saiyan God. I was really young and I couldn't control the power. Because of the anger and pain I was feeling, I unleashed it, and it destroyed the entire Uchiha district. Sakura is really shocked, but then says that she's so sorry, and Goku had to go through that. You're sorry? She then responds saying, of course, she is. Goku looks at her quizzically. She then continues saying that Goku's past doesn't define who he is, and that he isn't a prisoner of his lineage. Goku smiles. Thanks. That means a lot to me. Sakura then smiles too. So later, Sakura then begins to drift off. Goku takes off the remaining part of his orange shirt and then folds it, and then gently rests Sakura's head on it. A few hours pass, and then Sakura wakes up, and she asks why Goku let her sleep. You look tired, so I'll let you rest. She blushes and says that it's really kind of him to do that. Don't worry about it. So just then a squirrel arrives, and then Sakura throws a kunai at it. Team Dosi are there and arrive, and Goku gets ready. He gets on guard. They then attack, and Rock Lee arrives and helps out Goku. Dosi then uses his sound waves to weaken them, and Sasuke then grabs Goku's tail so he can't get up. King grabs Sakura's hair so she can't move. Sakura then pulls out a kunai, and then instantly then cuts her hair. She then uses substitution jutsu to confuse them, and then she lunges at Sasuke, and then bites his hand. Sasuke then begins to stand up. Let her go! Or what? Let her go. Okay, but first let's kill her. Let her go! Goku then explodes in a golden aura. His hair then begins to stand up, as his hair then turns golden, and his eyes become a greenish blue. Goku then in a split second then grabs Sakura, as he then puts her down. Goku then proceeds to walk over to Sasuke, then grabbing his hand. You're nothing but scum, and I'm getting sick of it. Goku begins crushing his hands. How many of my friends have to be hurt until you stop? Goku then crushes his hand even more, and he then punches him in the gut and knocks him out. Goku goes to attack Dosi and Ken, but they've already given up their scroll. So they then retreat with Sasuke. Goku then reverts to base, and then falls to the ground. Sakura rushes over to him and asks if he's alright. Yeah. Sasuke wakes up, and he has the curse mark activated. He glares at Goku, and he then charges at him. So Goku grabs Sakura and then dodges. Goku then sets Sakura down as Sasuke then attacks again. He then says, how long were you planning on hiding this, huh? Sasuke swings a kunai and Goku clashes it with its own. So they then go into a fight with their blades, and then Sasuke then hits it out of his hand and then kicks Goku in the ribs, sending him flying into a tree. Goku then holds his chest in pain. Sasuke goes to kill him, but then Sakura then begs Sasuke to leave him alone. Shut up! This doesn't involve you. Another word and I won't hesitate to kill you too. Goku then punches Sasuke, sending him back. I dare you to say that again! Okay, I said another word from her, and I will kill both of you right here and right now. So then after that, Sakura then runs in between the both of them, and then begs the both of them to stop fighting. Sasuke reluctantly stands down, and Goku then passes out from exhaustion. Naruto wakes up and thinks that Goku's dead, so he yells at him trying to wake him up. Sakura then punches him for it. So later, Goku wakes up and then Sakura asks how he's doing. Fine, actually. Chris says she's glad and then says she did what she could to tend to his injuries. Thanks. You're a real lifesaver. She then smiles and then says that it was him that saved her life multiple times. Naruto then returns as they then go to open the scroll, but Kabuto stops them. Sasuke then returns and then they all then head to the preliminaries, but run into the Reuniting. Sakura says to Goku that now would be a great time to turn blonde. Yeah, I know, but I don't know how to. Goku instead uses Kaioken, which is the best that he can do at the moment, and then they're able to defeat him. So they then arrive at the preliminaries, and most of the fights are the same, until Goku's fight with Rock Lee. Both decide to just use Taijutsu in this fight, and Goku doesn't really have that much chakra left, so he will just use it anyway. So Lee then throws a punch, and Goku then throws him over his shoulder. Lee kicks him in the back of the head, and they both backflip away from each other. Lee then takes off his weights later in the fight, and then uses After Image, which Goku can see through. You're really impressive, Goku. I'm assuming Taijutsu is your specialty too. So you noticed, indeed. But I haven't used my full power yet either. And I know that you haven't either. Yeah, let's both go all out. Lee then proceeds to go into his Ikiat's form, and Goku goes into Kaioken Tense 20. They continue, and they're evenly matched. To think a human could make a Saiyan struggle this much. Don't get the wrong idea. Goku's still the weakest out of us all anyway. The fight continues until both are exhausted. Lee then begins to stand up, and Goku gets on guard. And that's when Lee then says, I forfeit. Huh? Why? You are a very worthy opponent, but I can tell, if you were fighting at your best, then I would lose. So here, I humbly accept my defeat. And you have also taught me a valuable lesson, that I still have a lot to learn, and I'm not at my peak yet. Thank you for that. Lee bows. You're amazing too, Lee. I hope that one day, me and you could have a rematch. They both shake hands, and Guy is really proud of Lee, and cries in comedic fashion. So it gets to Sakura's fight, and she's up against Turles. Goku turns pale, and Sakura notices this, but says nothing. She heads down to Turles and then says, I was hoping to beat upon my traitor of a brother, but I suppose I could use your pretty face as a punching bag. Sakura then snaps at him, saying that if it were Goku against Turles, then he would wipe that smirk right off his face. You really think that coward would beat me? I never knew humans had such good sense of humor. As the announcer then says begin, Sakura then rushes in and then tries to focus on trying to trick Turles, and this works for a while. But then Turles then catches on and grabs her by the neck and slams her into the ground. Not bad for a girl, but it only left a little scratch. He then picks her up and then punches her in the stomach. That bastard! Goku, stand down. Gah! Sakura then uses substitution jutsu, and then Turles then offends the actual Sakura, and then blasts her, making her skid back. Sakura then rushes in, but he then punches her again and again. Goku! Ah! Goku gets angrier and angrier, as Sakura then falls to the ground. Wow, talk about pathetic. You're already done? Well, I guess I have no more use for you. Time for you to die! Goku then jumps off the stand and then powers up the Kaioken Tense 20. Turles then goes to blasting him, but then at the last second, Turles goes into Kaioken Tense 100, punches him in the face, sending him sprawling to the floor. Goku then holds his arm in pain. He broke it trying to save Sakura. So Goku then picks her up, and then Turles then gets up and then says, Oops, did I strike a nerve? I was having fun too. I'm surprised you've actually grown a pair and actually landed a good punch on me. Yeah, I'm not the same kid I was before. I'm not afraid of you, and for what you've done to her, I'm gonna make you pay. Yeah, right. Goku then glares at him, and then the fights where the Chunin are revealed, and Goku and Turles are up against each other. Goku gets his ribs and arm checked, and then he instantly goes to check on Sakura. So Goku opens the door and goes over to her, and she instantly hugs him. She realizes what she's doing, and then lets go, blushing. She apologizes. It's fine. So, how are you doing? She then says that she has a small concussion, but says that she'll be fine. Thank God. The training exams arrive, and everything is up the same, up until Goku and Turles' fight. So they both then get into their fighting stances, and as soon as the announcer then says begin, they then clash. Both are evenly matched and go for fist versus fist. Turles punches Goku into the wall, and then Goku runs up it and then kicks him in the face. Turles then blasts him, but Goku responds with his own. They both jump back. I know you're holding back. Show me what you can do. Goku then turns into a Super Saiyan. Super Saiyan? Impressive. I didn't think a weakling like you could achieve such a form. Like I said, I'm not the same kid that you knew before. I'd say I'm surprised, but unfortunately, I can do that too. What? Turles then begins to power up, and his power rises. His hair then stands up as his eyes turn a greenish blue. His hair and his aura then turn golden. Surprised? You're not the only one who can achieve that form. A sweat drops from Goku's face. Where's that bravado you had earlier? Don't tell me you're afraid. Didn't you say you were going to make me pay for hurting your human friend? Ha! I ain't afraid of you. It's just that this fight will be longer than I thought it would. Don't worry, I'll end it quickly. So then Turles then dashes at Goku, but then he then dodges and then kicks him in the jaw. So they then continue fighting, and Turles seems to have the upper hand, but he then slowly begins to lose stamina, whilst Goku loses far less. Goku uppercuts him and then kicks him flying back. What's going on? Why do you have this much energy left? Because unlike you, I've mastered Super Saiyan to the point where I have no loss of chakra. Fighting in Super Saiyan to me is like fighting in my base form. It's over, Turles. I've lost. Don't make me laugh! Turles then launches at Goku, but Goku can easily see through his attacks, and then his attacks are getting more and more sloppier by the second. Turles shoots multiple energy blasts at him, but he then dodges them all, and then gets through his guard and punches him flying into a wall. Turles then explodes out of it, and then lands down. He's livid. There's no way. I could never lose to you. To even think I would be pummeled this much by someone like you is an eyesore! I don't win, then all of my efforts, all that I've struggled to achieve will all have been pointless. I will lose everything that I have achieved, and I absolutely will not lose to a weakling like you. I cannot. Turles screams in rage and explodes. The pressure almost blows everyone away. Electricity stops from Turles as his hair gets spikier. Goku begins to show fear as he instantly gets on guard. Turles walks out of the dust in a new form, Super Saiyan 2. Turles in a second is then right in front of Goku, and then kicks him in the air, and then slams him back down. Goku catches himself, but then Turles then shoots a massive blast at him. Goku tries to push it back, but gets swallowed in it, and then everyone watches in horror. So Goku flies out of the smoke and with his closed horn, and rushes at Turles, who cuts him off, and then they clash. You're still fighting after the beating I gave you? You're more tougher than I gave you credit for! They then continue, and Turles then blasts him back, and then Turles then flies behind him and bringing him into the air, and then lets go of him, and then flies above him, and then hit him with another energy blast, and hit him at point blank range. Goku then plummets to the ground, and Sakura covers her eyes, saying she can't watch anymore. Turles lands on the ground and says, well, that was fun while it lasted. It was good to see you again, brother, but too bad I had to end this way. Turles then clasps his hands and then begins to power up another Kamehameha. Naruto then stands up and shouts down to Goku, Goku! Come on! You gotta get up! You said it yourself! You weren't afraid of this bastard! You said you'd defeat him for her sake! Come on, buddy! You can't let him win! Goku begins to stand back up. I can still fight! Fine then! Let's go down in glory together, brother. Use your pain as a fuel for your power. Goku then begins to power up and puts everything he has left in this Kamehameha. The beams clash, but the difference of power is clear. Goku begins to get pushed back, and then he begins to get swallowed in the attack. Damn it! I won't let you destroy my world! Kaioken! Goku screams as the blast then begins to grow and slays, as then it takes over Turles. He then begins to get consumed in the blast, as he's then defeated. Goku reverts back to base in exhaustion. As soon as the announcer says Goku wins, he fades from consciousness. The rest of the fights continue, including the Gara fight, and it continues on as it does originally. So Goku then wakes up and he's told everything that happened. Goku's saddened to hear that the death of the third about the death of the third Hokage, since he's the first person, one of the first people that he talked to and accepted him as a human. So they then go out and then find Tsunade, and then Jiraiya then decides to bring Naruto and Goku along with him. Things remain mostly the same, only with Goku being there. Tsunade acknowledges Goku as Prince, which Goku doesn't really like being referred to as, and then Goku helps Naruto learn the Rasengan, and he learned it pretty easily, since it's basically Goku's Kamehameha, but only you run with it instead of shooting it. So they then also come up with another combination move as well. Things remain mostly the same up until Naruto is about to do his Rasengan, and he looks at Goku and then in a nod. So Goku cuts his hands and then into a Kamehameha, and Naruto then begins spinning it as they then yell in unison, Rasen Kamehameha, and Kabuto is defeated. So relatively easy as well. So they then return, and one day Sasuke walks over to Goku. Goku, follow me. Huh? Why? Just shut up and follow me. Goku, not wanting to annoy Sasuke more, follows him. So they go to a quiet area, and then Sasuke then says, you always try to act like you're one of us, trying to save weaklings to make yourself look good. But just because you're half human doesn't stop me from seeing what you really are. You are Saiyan scum. Such scum that will deserve to die by my very own hands. So then, let's fight. Right here and right now. Are you serious? Right here? We can't even if I wanted to. Someone would. If you don't want to get hurt, then fight back. Sasuke! Sasuke then runs at Goku with his Chidori in his hand, and Goku then barely dodges it in time. So he then follows up with a fireball jutsu, and Goku blasts it, exploding it in the air. Sasuke, seriously, we cannot fight. An innocent bystander could be hurt. Sorry, am I supposed to care? Shut up and fight. Goku gets past Sasuke, and Sasuke charges right after him. As they then jump from building to building. Sasuke then throws a kunai, and Goku responds with his own. And they then ricochet off each other. So Sasuke then lands a punch in Goku, and then Goku responds with a kick to the face. So he then sends him something back a bit. Are you alright? Stop acting like you care! Fight back, you spineless coward! Why? Why do you keep acting like you're my friend? You've always been like this. You've always been looking down upon me, like I can't do anything. You just think you're amazing, don't you? Goku stays silent. All of you Saiyans are monsters. There's no way I would ever believe that any of you could be redeemed. Every time I look in your direction, I wanna vomit. And yet, you still keep acting like you're my friend. Do you even know what your people did to me? They slaughtered my entire family. Everyone I knew. Why did you decide to come to Konoha? To taunt me? To torment me? Sasuke then begins to stomp back up, and then tries to attack Goku, but Goku turns Super Saiyan and kicks him back. I don't plan on being a punching bag, Sasuke! So Sasuke gets angrier, as he activates his Sharingan. So they then shoots another fireball jutsu. But it was just a distraction. So Sasuke then grabs Goku's tail and then throws him into a wall. So then Sasuke then uses her Chidori, and then Goku dodges it, but it cuts his back. Goku winces in pain. What's wrong? What's wrong, legendary Super Saiyan? I thought that you put up a better challenge, but you're just pathetic and weak. Reminds me of Sakura. You must be pathetic if I'm comparing you to her. Leave her out of this! So, Goku then punches Sasuke in the face, making him skid back. I don't give a damn what you think of me, but don't you dare bring my friends into this! Friends? The humans have never been your friends. Those who are pity you for what you are. You have always been alone. Even if that's the truth. Their lives mean more to me than anything. Yes, what the Saiyans did was wrong, and it's up to me to make them see right. And I'll do that even if I have to turn everyone against me! They continue, and Goku gets so emotional in the fight that he goes beyond his limits, turning Super Saiyan 2. Sasuke then activates his curse mark, and Sasuke then shoots another fireball jutsu. Goku blocks it, but then Sasuke then slashes him in the back, leaving him immobile. I won. Sasuke then decides to let him live for now, and then he then leaves the village. Sakura then and Naruto then, who heard all the commotion, finally get over and see Goku, who is critically injured. So they get him up, and then Goku gets treated, and Goku is asked what happened. Sakura is the last to leave when Goku then says, "I'm sorry." Sakura looks back at him confused. "I've really messed up." Sakura sits down with him and then puts a hand on his shoulder, saying that it wasn't his fault. It was. Things could have been different. I should have never came here. So many people have gotten hurt because of me. People who are in danger because of me. The one person that you care about more than anything is to let the village just because of me being here. If I just died, or something like that, then none of this would happen. A tear then sheds from his eye, and then Sakura then surprisingly pulls him into a hug. She then tells him not to say that, and that if Goku wasn't here, then she would have been dead 10 times over, because of the Saiyans. So Goku then finally stands up, and then takes off his bandages, and then squeezes them, and then turns them red. He then proceeds to wrap it around his head, and he then says, "I'm going to do everything in my power to bring Sasuke back to the village, and make the Saiyans see right. I'll never go back on that, for that is my ninja way!" The next day, a team is made to retrieve Sasuke, and things remain mostly the same, and Goku helping break out of Jirobu's Earth Jutsu. Choji then fights him, and then they continue on. Things remain relatively the same up until Goku is attacked by a mysterious figure. Goku then catches himself and sees that it's his older brother Raditz. "No time no see, Goku. I'm impressed on how much you've grown. You've even defeated Turles of all people. I didn't quite expect that from you. So you and Turles are working for Orochimaru. Not working for, but more working with. I mean, I'd rather work with someone like him than an ordinary human. You're wrong. The only reason that I'm alive today is because of humans. There you go again with that dribble. It's time I taught you a lesson." So Raditz then It's time that I taught you a lesson. Raditz then charges at Goku, and then Goku then dodges, and then Raditz then kicks him. Goku flips over, and then attacks again. So Goku then powers up to a Super Saiyan, and then punches him back. "Super Saiyan? Impressive. Unfortunately, I can't do that. But I can do this." Raditz then powers up and activates his stage 2 of his curse mark. So Raditz then and Goku then begin to fight again, and Goku is pushed into Super Saiyan 2. So Goku then knees him in the face, and then kicks him into the ground. So Raditz then gets angry, and then blasts him, and Goku responds with his own. So Raditz then punches him in the gut, and then smacks him into a tree. So Goku then rushes out of it, and then hits Raditz with a Saiyan God, knocking him onto the ground. Goku then reverts to the base, and then Raditz looks at him in confusion, as he then says, "I don't want to fight you anymore. There's no point." "Are you calling me weak? I'll show you!" "I'm not calling you weak. If this fight continues, then one of us will die. I don't want this fight to continue. We're brothers, not enemies." "You are my enemy for all I'm concerned. Will you just listen to me for once? We don't have to fight anymore. We can work together and live alongside the humans as equals. That's what our father fought for, and that's why we're half Saiyan." "Why would you want to work with me? After the way I've treated you, after everything that has happened to you, why even bother with the Saiyans? Because I know that the Saiyans aren't willingly doing this. Saiyans are being enslaved to hurt the innocent, and my goal is to stop all the pain and suffering." Raditz then slowly begins to realize the wrongness of the Saiyans. Goku puts his hand out, and Raditz then takes it. So Goku and Raditz then fly to Naruto and Kiyomaru, and then Sasuke then breaks out of the box and then runs off. Naruto follows him. Rock Lee arrives, and Goku tells Raditz to help out the others. And then Goku and Rock Lee then face Kiyomaru. So they can't land a hit on him because of his Keki Genkai. But Rock Lee uses his drunken fist, and Goku tries his hardest not to laugh. Once it wears off, Lee then gets stabbed in the foot. Lee is about to be killed when Gara arrives, and the three work together. Kiyomaru then uses his stage 2 curse mark, and then uses his spine as a sword. Goku blasted him, but he sheathed himself with his bones. Goku rushes out, and then Kiyomaru then gets behind him, and then slices off his tail. Gaara then saves him and then with sand, and then uses sand barrel on him. Kimaru then gets out of it and he goes to kill Gaara, but it dies of tuberculosis before he can. So the final valley battle continues on as it does originally, and everyone is taken to recover. So Sakura then helps Goku walk, as then Goku and Naruto promise Sakura that they'll bring Sasuke back no matter what. So the Jiraiya then after they heal takes him out of the village to train for 2 years. During this time, Goku reaches a new level of power, and Goku and Naruto learn a new technique. When performed correctly, they fuse into one. So 2 years pass, and they return home, and then they see Sakura and Konohamaru, Udon, and Moegi again. So Konohamaru then uses sexy jutsu, and then Goku then asks Sakura why they use it, and then she says that they're just immature perverts, and then she says that she's glad that Goku doesn't use it. So Naruto in a states that he isn't a kid anymore, and that Konohamaru shouldn't use jutsu like that. So Sakura begins to admire Naruto until he says that he's got a new pervy jutsu, which makes him get punched. So later, they then meet Kakashi again, and then they then do the bell test once again. Things remain mostly the same up until Sakura punches the ground. Goku is stunned by this, and Naruto is terrified. Goku begins to starts feeling an attraction towards her. So soon it gets a night, and Goku and Naruto then smirk at each other and says, "You better not mess up this time." I ain't me mess up. You're the one who always forgets to bend your fingers. So them confused, but that's when they perform a symmetrical dance and then say in unison fusion ha, and then their fingers then connect, as then one person then remains, then the person then yells alright. Jiraiya smirks as the person then yells, as then the person then speaks, saying that he's neither Goku nor Naruto, but he's Gogeto. So Gogeto is very reckless, which Sakura, after shaking off the surprise, scolds the fusion for doing. So he then apologizes, and then they then make a plan to stop Kakashi. So they then pretend to spoil the Makeout Paradise, which they succeed in, and then they then go home to the rest when they then find out that Gaara has been taken to the Akatsuki. So they then go to retrieve him, and then with the help of Tamari and Team Guy, retrieve him. So Sakura breaks the wall with a punch, and then Naruto and Kakashi then face Deidara. So Naruto, Sakura, and Chio then face Sasori. So Goku and Sakura then, with teamwork, destroy the puppets, and then Sasori then wears the puppet that Sasori wears. So then the real Sasori then sends out multiple puppets, and then Goku then powers up into Super Saiyan 2. So Goku and Sakura coordinate their attacks, and Sakura then throws a puppet at Goku, which he will other puppets. So Goku then takes out his power pole and then uses it to protect him and Sakura from the poison blades. So Chio then stays back and uses her puppets to fight along with them. So Goku then tells Sakura to duck, which she does, and then Goku then spins around, shooting multiple energy blasts at them. So Sasori then uses himself as a puppet, and Goku then reverts back to base. Why did you return to your base? I'm trying to see where my power stands against you. So, I'm gonna show you a demonstration on Super Saiyans. There's no need. You won't need to defeat me. You won't be able to defeat me anyway. You're gonna love this. Trust me. What you're seeing now is me in my normal state. Goku then proceeds to transform. This is a Super Saiyan. And this, Goku transforms again. This is what's known as a Super Saiyan ascended past a Super Saiyan. Or, for simplicity, you can just call this Super Saiyan 2. Looks like window dressing to me. Your hair changed, so what? Just you wait. Ready? Everyone is confused by this, and Naruto can tell that Goku is going to go beyond his limits. And Sakura is confused and asks if he's really gone beyond Super Saiyan 2. Ready? This next level goes way beyond that of Super Saiyan 2! Goku then begins to power up, and his hair gets longer as his eyebrows finally disappear. And then Goku's power then multiplies by 4 times. So Goku then stands there in a brand new form. Sasori is then left in shock. Sorry, this one took so much longer than the others. I haven't had much occasion to practice this one. This is what I like to call a Super Saiyan 3. Goku then dashes at Sasori and is instantly right behind him. He then dismantles him. Goku then proceeds to revert back to base when a clone of Sasori then goes to attack Sakura, but Goku then dashes right in the way and then he gets stabbed. Sasori's parents then kill him. So Chie then uses reanimation jutsu and then heals Goku. So Sakura then helps him up and then thanks him for saving her. So they then go to Naruto and Kakashi, and Sakura tries to heal Gaara, but she can't. She sacrifices herself to save him, and everyone mourns her death. So they then go back, and then time passes, and a new Team 7 is made with Sai and Yamato. So they then all go to find Orochimaru's hideout, and Raditz then decides to come along with them to get them. So they then run into them along with Turles, and Turles then tries to attack Raditz for betraying them, but Goku then kicks him back.
Turles, haven't you learned your lesson yet? Not quite. As if I'd be bossed around by a weakling like you. I'm no weakling!
Goku powers up into Super Saiyan 3.
Not bad. Super Saiyan 3 is impressive. You know about this form, so go ahead and transform. Oh, I will, but you'll be surprised on what I've achieved.
Turles then begins to power up, and his hair then begins to get longer, but stays black. His eyes then turn purple as he loses his shirt and gains a red flare.
I told you that you'd be surprised. The form that I'm in right now is beyond that even of a Super Saiyan 3. This is Super Saiyan 4.
So Turles then rushes at Goku, and Super Saiyan 3 may be strong, but compared to Super Saiyan 4, it's nothing. So Turles then begins to beat around Goku like he's nothing. Turles then punches him into the ground and then blasts him, and then he then arrives through the smoke and then punches right through Goku. He then throws Goku into the ravine below. Sakura tries to save him, but Raz holds her back, and then she yells at him saying that his brother will die.
He won't. Just wait.
Just then, a fiery light shoots up and then lands down. It's Goku. His hair, he has red hair now, and then he also has red eyes, and he's also skinnier. Rat smirks.
Things just got interesting. So you finally achieved Super Saiyan God. I'm getting excited. Let's see which one is stronger. Super Saiyan God or Super Saiyan 4.
They then begin to fight, and both are evenly matched. Goku uppercuts him, and then punches him in the gut. So Turles then elbows him in the face, and then kicks him back, and then Goku backflips to stop himself. They then clash again, and Goku manages to adapt to his power, and both are getting exhausted though. So Sakura then says that Raz has to stop them.
I couldn't even if I wanted to. This battle means too much to them.
So they're punching each other in the face, they then sprawl back and into the ground.
Goku! Turles!
So they then Turles then punches Goku, sending him flying back. Goku returns, punching Turles in the jaw. They then clash again.
Shh! You'll have to do better than that!
They then both revert to base.
You can't use Super Saiyan 4 anymore. You're completely exhausted. Shut up! You're not faring much better yourself. Even if I'm at my limits, I will kill you!
He lunges at Goku and then hits him again and again. So Goku then falls to the ground, but then Goku gets back up again. Turles blasts him, but then he just gets back up once again. So Goku and Turles then give everything they've got, both powering up to Super Saiyan 4 and Super Saiyan God respectively. So they then clash again.
Don't you see now, Goku? You'll never catch up to me. You've lost! As if I let myself loose. I need to catch up to you. Is this what this fight's about? You want to catch up with me? As if. I will. I have to. I like this new you, Goku. You're more sane than ever. That's because during my training I had to come to terms with who I am. I am Goku, the Super Saiyan God, and I will defeat you, Turles.
Goku then puts everything he has into one attack, and then punches Turles straight in the face, and then he lands down.
Turles, I won. Fine, I accept defeat. But just because I won doesn't mean it's over between us. We can keep getting stronger together. So, what do you say? Let's fight again sometime. What did you just say?
You heard me. Me and you can keep getting stronger together. We don't have to be enemies. Instead of fighting to kill each other, we can just spar together as rivals. Turles then stands up.
Turles, hurry up and kill him.
Orochimaru says.
I, politely refuse. Do you know who you're talking to? Sorry, but I don't take orders from you anymore. I'm a Saiyan Prince, and I work under no one. I didn't think I'd have to kill you, Turles. You really think you can kill me? Your power next to mine is like an anthill next to a mountain. But I'm a little tired from that battle, so I'll let you live for now. Turles then flies off. Orochimaru and Kabuto then retreat. So they then find his hideout, and Sakura then heals Goku, and as they then get to hideout, so they then see Sasuke again, and he then tries to kill Naruto, but Goku then stops him, and then knocks him back. So Naruto and Sasuke fight like they do originally, and Sasuke retreats. They head back, and Goku and Naruto learn their chakra natures, and then Asuma dies. So they then face Kakazu, and then it goes mostly the same. So 10 passes since then, and then they all find out that Sasuke has killed Orochimaru. So that's making a team to kill Itachi. So they then go into groups and then try and find Sasuke. Goku and Sakura go with each other and then run into Turles. Don't worry, I'm not here to fight. But I've been thinking a lot recently, and I've realized we have a common enemy, that being Boo. So, how about we work together to defeat that bastard once and for all? He then puts his hand out, and Goku takes it. Turles then leaves afterwards. Sakura then asks if Goku really trusts Turles. I'm unsure, but something's different about him. I can sense a bit of good in him. Sakura trusts Goku, and then believes that he can make Turles see a new light. After all, it is his brother. So they continue on and see a massive explosion, which was Deidara. So the fighting, which was Deidara fighting Sasuke. So they then keep moving on and then run into Toby, who isn't alone. He's with two Saiyans, and one being an old man and someone whom he recognizes. It's been a long time, old friend. Broly. The old man, who is revealed to be Paragus, then tells Broly to attack. Broly slides and then jumps down. He then rushes at Goku, and they clash. And Goku and Broly are mostly even for a part of it, but then Broly then begins to get stronger and stronger, and Goku is forced into Super Saiyan, which surprises everyone that in base, Broly is now equal to Super Saiyan Goku into the ground, slams into Goku into multiple trees, and Goku rushes out, powering up in Super Saiyan 2. He then hits Broly with a Rasengan. I fought a lot of bad people in the past. Some were redeemed, and some weren't. But I can tell, you're not one of them. You're not a bad guy. You're just misguided. We don't have to fight anymore. Broly gets angry and then breaks out of the bind, and does it to Goku. Broly gets angry and then breaks out of the God bind, and does it to Goku. Broly then blasts him, and then Goku then rushes back. So then hits him with a fire style Rasengan. Broly destroys it and then smashes Goku into the ground, Hulk style. Naruto, Raditz, and Kakashi then help out since Goku doesn't have Super Saiyan Blue here yet, and then successfully calm down Broly. So Broly then listens to Goku, and then Toby then leaves after killing Paragus. Broly, after seeing his dead father, then begins to grow in power rapidly. He then gains a golden aura and golden hair, and his eyes turn yellow. He then has transformed into Super Saiyan, but this time he's in control for the most part. But he's not in raffle form, because he's not in raffle form. I'm sorry this happened, but we're going to find that guy and defeat him. I swear upon it. Broly nods, and then now having the goal to kill both Madara and Boo. They then go home, and then Jiraiya is then killed by Pain. So Naruto and Goku find out about this, and Goku is very saddened by this, but nowhere near as Naruto is, because he didn't really have the same bond with Jiraiya as Naruto did. So Naruto then leaves, and then Goku volunteers to goes after him. But Tsunade then tells him to give him some time. Later, Shikamaru then cheers up Naruto, and then they then crack the code that Jiraiya left. Naruto then leaves to learn Sage Mode, and then the Toad Sage asks if Goku wants to come along too. Goku says he doesn't, but he suggests that Broly goes so that he can learn how to control his rage. This time, I'm going to say that the Toad Sage has the ability that the Yardrowans had. So that whilst Naruto is learning Sage Mode, Broly is learning Spirit Control. And other things. So more on that later. So they then say goodbye to each other, and then they then leave. So Goku then says to talk with Neji and Hinata, and then ask them about the Byakugan, and then they then take him to Hiyashi, who doesn't want to train Goku unless he can prove himself. Says, I won't lose. He then rushes at Hiyashi, and then he easily dodges and blocks all of his attacks. So Goku then jumps off of him, and then turns a Super Saiyan. So he then jumps from wall to wall and still can't hit him. So Goku then goes into Super Saiyan 2 and then 3 and still cannot hit him. So Goku then finally turns Super Saiyan God and still cannot hit Hiyashi. So Hiyashi then gets through his guard and then hits him with in his chakra points, knocking him out. You indeed are strong, but with brute strength you can only get so far. Your taijutsu skills are also impressive. If you add your Byakugan, then maybe you'd be able to defeat me. Goku then begins to stand up. Don't count me out yet! Hiyashi then proceeds to throw shuriken at him, but Goku dodges and then opens his eyes, and there's silver. He then gets a flaming blue aura, and Goku's hair begins to stand up a bit, and also has a shine to it. So Goku then attacks, and can't do much since he can only defend himself, so he can only inflict a slight bit of damage, but this is only for a short way, before Goku then reverts back to normal. He then gets hit in the face. Huh? What just happened? It seems that you've activated your Byakugan, but it must have mutated by your same blood, because unlike the Byakugan, you had black pupils instead of white, and it sort of had a silver color too. It also seems that your skills have been amplified too, because your speed was increased along with your fighting capabilities. It seems that they were enhanced by to their ultimate. If I were to give it a name, I'd name it Ultra Instinct. Nazi responds, Ultra Instinct, huh? I wonder if I can access again. Goku attempts to do it, but can't. 2 days pass, and Goku then trains with them, but still can't access the power again. He thanks them and then continues training by himself. And that's when he thinks of something. Super Saiyan God was referred to as chakra, similar to that of the Nine Tails. It must be its own thing. Maybe if I can combine it with Super Saiyan and with God Chakra, maybe something will work. So Goku then begins to turn into Super Saiyan and then calms his mind, and as he attains a blue aura, his power rises intensely as he then begins to power up, and the aura around him then begins to break away as it reveals that he's now in Super Saiyan, but with blue hair instead of yellow. So time passes and Goku's gotten the hang of this new Super Saiyan blue form other than his Ultra Instinct. One day Pain attacks the hidden leaf. Instead of 6 pains, there's actually 7. So he then destroys the entire Leaf Village, and Naruto and Broly. He then pins Naruto to the ground, and Hinata then saves him and confesses to him. She then fights Pain, but is beaten. Naruto then activates his 6-tail cloak, and then goes into a blind rage. And one of the Pains then attacks Goku. This one has spiky hair, like a Saiyan. So they then begin fighting, and it's clear that this Pain really is a Saiyan. They then begin battling, and they're evenly matched. Goku's forced him to blue Kamehameha. Broly then helps out, and Pain then begins to struggle a lot against the two Saiyans. So then Pain also begins to lose his chakra because Broly and Goku is getting stronger. Because Broly is using Force Spirit Vision and is giving both him and Goku Pain's chakra. So Broly then turns Super Saiyan, and then they hit him, and then they hit Pain with a massive energy blast to kill them instantly. So things remain relatively the same up until Naruto goes to talk with Nagato. Once he returns, and Pain is defeated, everyone sees Naruto as a hero. Who is Smith. Goku lance down. You better have a good reason for interrupting my training, Goku. I have a proposition for you. Speak. I'm gonna face Vegeta, and I can't win alone, especially against all his men. We won't win, at least not where we are now. We need to train, and due to the Saiyans being more efficient when training together, we should be able to get to lower levels soon. So, for this say that the war lasts longer than it does originally, so Goku and Turles can train effectively. Goku and Turles then begin to train, and they then decide to talk near a fire. Goku, what was it that drove you to protect humans? It was seeing the fear on their faces as they were killed. It didn't feel right. I mean, these people have families, loved ones. It's wrong to take that from them. Turles pauses. Maybe you're right. I mean, I've never enjoyed hurting humans. I was being manipulated into thinking that it was right. Turles laughs softly to himself. In my opinion, you're not a bad guy. You were just a kid. You didn't know any better. Raditz showed me that. And there was multiple times where you could have killed me, and yet you showed mercy to me. Things go silent until Turles then says, that pink-haired girl, what is she to you? Sakura? She's probably one of my closest friends. She's helped me a lot, and I care a lot about her. You love her, don't you? No, well, we're just friends, nothing else. And she likes someone else, so, Turles laughs. A Saiyan doesn't rush in and protect a random person because they were in danger like that. You broke your arm trying to protect the girl. Goku blushes. She's into someone else. I don't stand a chance. So Turles laughs more. Wow, you can rival that of the Ninetales, but you're too shy to tell a girl how you feel. Goku gets flustered, and then tells him to shut up. So 10 passes since then, and then they then go to fight the Saiyans, then blast in the door. Here he is, the traitor walking straight into enemy territory, and here you are with your twin brother with you. Where's Raditz? I thought he'd show up too. Sadly, he couldn't come here, but he might arrive soon, who knows. Unfortunately, you won't be able to see him arrive. Kill them! Bardock's old squad then attack them reluctantly, along with Nappa. Turles fights Borgos, Nappa, and Shugesh, and Goku fights Fascia and Tora. So Goku attempts to reason with them. Listen to me! We don't have to fight. Turles and I are the sons of Bardock, your friend. They don't listen to Goku. Goku powers them to Super Saiyan and then knocks them out cold. Turles does the same. Impressive. You were able to defeat these weaklings. Vegeta lands down. Unfortunately, you won't be able to do the same with me. So he then attacks them both, and then they instantly begin fighting. So Goku and Turles then struggle a lot with him, but he then gets stronger. He's stronger than the both of them combined. So they then go into Super Saiyan and overpower him. That's when he transforms into Super Saiyan as well. He smashes the Saiyan twins into the ground and blasts them. They then both go into Super Saiyan 4 and Super Saiyan Blue, and then they take in Vegeta by surprise. So Vegeta then gets up and it smirks. He then proceeds to power up, and his hair then gets longer. As he gains up, it turns brown. He gains red fur, and his tail turns red. So he then goes into Super Saiyan 4. So he then rushes at them, and then punches Turles back. He then continues fighting, and then Vegeta fires Super Saiyan Gun and hits Vegeta with it. So Vegeta is injured by it, and then punches Goku away. Turles then flies in, and Goku and attacks Vegeta, but is punched back. So Goku and Turles then fly into each other. Vegeta then powers up a Gallic Gun and blasts at Turles, but Goku instinctively jumps in the way and then takes the hit. Why did you? I don't know. My body just moved on its own. Ah! Goku falls to the ground. So Turles then feels something that he's never felt in a long time. He's enraged. You bastard! So then Turles then charges at Vegeta and then slams his fist into Vegeta's face. He then kicks him into the face. He then kicks him in the face and then uppercuts him. He then kicks him in the gut, and then Turles then dashes at him with a flurry of punches before hitting him with a full power Kamehameha. Vegeta is injured by the attack and is pissed. He then sledgehammers Turles into the ground and then repeatedly blasts him. So then Goku then stands back up, and Vegeta goes for the finishing blow, but Goku catches it with the ground. Turles, leave the rest to me. Turles then realizes that something's different with Goku, as his heart then begins to stand up a little, as he seems really calm. So Goku then lifts his head up, and his eyes are glowing silver. A blue aura surrounds him, as he then goes into that transformation for the second time. Goku kicks Vegeta back so fast that it doesn't even look like he moved. So then they begin fighting, and Vegeta can't hit him. So Goku then begins to punches him in the ground and winning him, and then Goku then easily defeats him. Goku then powers down and looks at him and then says, "There's a ninja war that has been declared, and we'll need all of your help. So together we can rebel against Buu. Stop the war between humans and Saiyans. If only you work with us." Vegeta is extremely reluctant. "Please, Vegeta." He nods. "As the king of the Saiyans, it's up to you to make things right now." Goku nods, and then he proceeds to put his bandana on with his power pole. The Saiyans wake up and then see Goku standing at the throne. He then looks just like his father. They all look at him, and then Turles then leans up against the wall as Goku then begins to make a speech. "Everyone, listen up! For many years, Saiyans and humans have hated and hurt each other. From the attack of the Ninetales, to Majin Buu, to even now. In that time, my brothers and I were born. I grew up with you all, Your hatred showed every time you looked at us, and it was the same for many humans as well, especially from Sasuke Uchiha, the last Uchiha to live besides Madara. He killed Itachi, and yet because of everything that has happened, he's gone down a dark path. If my father was here, he'd be disappointed in everything that has happened. After everything he did to make sure that humans and Saiyans lived in peace and harmony, it's all gone! That's why me and Turles are here to stop this. We both used to be enemies. He fought for the Saints, and I fought for the humans. But we've reunited as brothers once again. The humans aren't evil, and neither are the Saints. A shinobi from the Hidden Leaf, a Jinchuriki, understood my pain. He is my friend, and my friend is the target of the enemy. And if the enemy gets their hands on him, then the world is finished! And I want to protect my friend, and I want to protect this world. There is no longer hatred left. The only thing left is shinobi! And I am too young and inexperienced to do this on my own, so please, all of you, lend me your power in this battle! Everyone then begins to cheer, as then Turles and Fenton smirks. So, the next day, Goku then begins to train the Saiyans on how to become Super Saiyans towards the first to reach it. And after that, Goku then kills Fasha. So, the others then turn into Super Saiyan in similar ways. How Vegeta transformed into a Super Saiyan originally.
I wanna be a Super Saiyan! I wanna!
Mission and find Goku and ask what he's doing. I thought Wing needs some help in the war, so I trained them all up. Trust them? What if they rebel? They won't, because they've been unwillingly forced to kill innocent lives. Turles, why are you here? The king's orders. So Turles then looks over to Goku, and after saying that, wait, you became king? Why? Same reason my dad did. Our dad did. To make humans and Saiyans work with each other. Don't worry, I haven't turned evil. I freed the Saiyans, but they won't be free unless we work alongside each other. I understand. You've always had the school anyway. It's really good to see you again, brother. Raditz is surprised to hear that coming from Turles, as he then smiles and says, likewise. They then hug, and then Goku decides to join too. Seeing all of Bardock's sons together is sure a sight to see, especially us grown up. Seems like yesterday you were all only infants. Bardock would be proud. They smile sadly. Okay, let's all get a move on. They all say right in unison, and then they all head off. Most of the journey is in silence, and then an unknown person then arrives and attacks Goku. Goku jumps back. They're fighting stances. Goku looks at the figure, and he has the same hairstyle as Goku and Turles. His eyes are just black and nothing else. He wears the Hidden Leaf Shinobi uniform and has a red bandana. His skin is a bit cracked as well. And he also has a tail, and also a scar on his right cheek. The Saiyans instantly recognize him. Hey you, give me my weapon back or I'm going to take it by force. Your weapon? This is my dad's, and I'm not going to let someone like you take it from me. Your dad's, huh? Who's your dad? His name's Bardock. Even at death I won't let go of this. The mysterious figure then smirks. Heh, we'll see about that. So he then charges at Goku, and then they then clash fists. They're evenly matched. They then go blow for blow for a red. And then Goku then turns Super Saiyan God, and then the man then smirks, and then says, Super Saiyan God, huh? I'm impressed. Controlling that form is tough. You were able to do it at such a young age, though. Not bad, kid. But that's only a small true taste of its power. So I'll show you what it's like when it's at its best. Wait, what? No way, you see? The man then powers up, and his aura becomes a Faraday red. His hair then turns crimson, and his eyes turn red. Super Saiyan God. No way. The fight then continues, and it seems that the man is stronger, and Goku can't even land a hit on him. So the man then punches Goku in the face, sending him flying back, and Goku gets more and more excited in the battle. Goku uses his full power in Super Saiyan God, and they both continue fighting. They're evenly matched, and the man has the slightest advantages though. And then Goku then powers up with a full power Kamehameha, and then the man then does the same. Both clash when a beam struggle, and then Goku is pushed back, and then he then goes into Super Saiyan Blue and then overtakes the man. Goku lands down on the ground. You are the strongest person I've ever faced before. I want to fight you again. Sorry, but I don't think there'll be a next time. What? Why? And who are you? I sacrificed myself to save my sons, Raditz, Turles, and Goku, a long time ago. Bardock then stands up. It's good to see you again, Goku. It's been nice watching you kick ass for so many years. You've grown up a damn bit, and you've even become a Super Saiyan God. You really did it. How are you talking to me right now? I've been resurrected with the reanimation jutsu, but I don't have that much time left. Raz and Turles and Londown, you've all gotten big. I'm really proud of you all. He then puts them all in the hug. Seeing all three of you growing up makes me really happy. And I'm sorry I couldn't be there as you grew up. Dad, there's something I have to ask you. Do you think that we can win against Boo? More than definitely. You've attained something incredible. You can win. Don't go. We still need you. You've already gotten this far on your own. Through this battle, I'll always be with you. Thank you, Dad. My name is Bardock. And with that, Bardock then disappears. Tears shed from the Saiyan brother's eyes, and Goku then wipes away his as he then says, "We need to keep going and defeat Boo. It's what he wants." They all nod, and then they continue on. So time passes since then, and things remain relatively the same up until the Tails shoots a Tail Beast bomb, and it breaks through all the walls. It gets the last one. And that's when everyone hears a very familiar voice say the name of a signature attack. The blast then pushes back the Tail Beast bomb and explodes. Everyone explodes away from everyone. Goku then lands down on the ground. Yo, where the hell have you been? I went off to get some friends. I hope you don't mind. Goku says this very bluntly. Huh? Just then, as Goku says this, the Ten Tails then uses Ten Tails fishing, and then they all charge in. Everyone gets ready to fight, but Goku isn't phased, as he then says, "Now!" Just then, multiple Super Saiyans jump into battle, and then the Ten Turles then lands down the ground, and everyone is hostile, especially Sakura. I think it'll be best if you apologize to Sakura. Yeah. Turles then looks at Sakura, who is staring death into him, and then says, "I want to apologize for what I did to you. I deserved every blow that Goku landed on me in the Chunin exams. What I did was unforgivable." Turles bows. "I'm really sorry." So Sakura is surprised by this, but then she smiles and then says that she forgives him. So just then, the Hokage then arrive along with Sasuke, and Team 7 all stand together, and Naruto then goes into his KCM mode, and Sasuke activates his Rinnegan and Sharingan, and Goku activates Super Saiyan Blue. They then begin fighting alongside the Saiyans, and that's when Sakura activates her Creation Rebirth technique and punches one of the 10 Tails minions, sending them flying. Goku compliments her, and then she then blushes and thanks him. So they then continue on fighting, and that's when someone makes his presence known, and he wears white pants and also has pink skin. Turles lands down and says to Goku, "That's him." Goku's face then contorts into anger. "So this is the bastard that put us through this hell." Goku takes a step forward, but that's when he feels a hand taking his. He turns around to see Sakura and he tells him to stop. Goku calms down, and this doesn't do much since Boo is the one to go into attack. Goku blocks, but he's sent flying. Dad was able to beat him Super Saiyan Blue. Did he get stronger? Goku back and then begin fighting. It's clear that Boo is definitely stronger than he was 16 years ago. So Goku then is sent skin back, and then Goku then gets back up, and then Naruto then says that they need to fuse and fast. They do so, becoming Borto once again. They waste no time going into KCM Super Saiyan 2. They then beat on Boo, and for a while, they then proceed to finish this off. They create a Rasen Shuriken and converts. He then throws it at Boo, destroying almost all of them. He regenerates though, and then Borto then defuses though. So he then goes to absorb Naruto and Goku, but Naruto punches Goku out of the way, and then gets absorbed. And then Sasuke then is absorbed too. Sakura's about to be absorbed, but Goku then puts up a barrier, and then both go inside of Boo. So they stand back up, but he's still injured. Sakura kneels down, and then begins to heal him. So both are quiet. Goku then begins to stand up, and then they then go to try and fight Naruto and Sasuke. They then walk around, and it's mostly in silence. They're both sticking close to each other though. That's when Sakura grabs Goku's hand. Goku notices this, and then she then instantly puts away embarrassed.
They then both continue on, and they both begin to blush, and then after a bit of silence, Goku then grabs hers. She notices this, and then Goku just smiles. They then continue on, and then they're moving around in Boo's body. Sakura is constantly saving Goku because he's not paying attention to his surroundings, and then they eventually run into a giant worm, and who tries to eat them, but with their teamwork they kick. So with another arrives and then calls for his father, and then the father arrives and Sakura's terrified. After a bit of talking and apologizing, Goku casually asks if they'd seen Naruto and Sasuke, describing what they look like. So they point to where they saw them, and then Goku thanks them. He then picks up Sakura and then flies up. So they then run to Naruto and Sasuke, but they're fakes. Goku and Sakura are able to defeat them, and then they run to the real ones. They take them out of their pods, and that's when Buu arrives and then fights Goku. So Goku struggles with them a bit, and then Sakura then saves him by taking out the fat version of Buu, not knowing this would actually make things worse. He begins to melt, and then Sakura then begins to pick up the pods, and then Goku then picks her up. It gets hotter and hotter because of being Boo's steam. And then one of Boom's steam holes then begins to open up, and you're able to get out. Return to normal size. Boo begins to shrink and then become Kid Boo. But then Boo then cackles as he then... Turles tries to help out but can't really do much either. Everyone tries blasting at him, but they have their hands full with Madara and Obito, along with the Ten Tails. Boo then kicks the twins, sending them flying back, and then he then powers up a massive energy blast and throws it at them. They have no time to dodge, and that's when Raditz then dashes in, stand in front of them, and then gets hit by the blast, as they kneel down to him.
Why did you do that? Sure, you know why. The older brother always has to look young. Idiot! You could have... Turles, you know that you still have a fighting chance against Boo. You both have surpassed anything I could ever achieve, which is why I can't let you die here. Your lives mean more to me than mine. Please, defeat Boo. You have to.
Raditz then dies, and then the Saiyan twins grow in anger. Everything goes quiet, but that's when Goku then stands up and breathes in and out. Goku looks up to the sky, and then asks Turles, and says to Turles,
Turles, why did you want to become a shinobi? Huh?
to bring peace between the Saiyans and humans.
But why does that matter? Our brothers,
Because I believe that Raditz would have wanted the same thing, along with everyone that has died because of this bastard. I won't allow him to kill any more. Goku then begins to calm his mind as he then begins in a white light. So he then, Sara then begins to stand up as it turns white as well. The aura then begins to disappear as Goku opens his eyes and they're silver.
Boo. It's over.
Without another word, Goku then dashes at Boo, grazing his cheek. Goku is now right behind him. Boo then tries to kick him, but Goku dodges. Boo gets angry by the second. He can't land a singular hit on Goku. Boo then creates a massive energy blast, but Goku just cancels out. But it was just a distraction. Boo puts his hand out to absorb Goku, but Goku just cuts off his hand and then kicks him, sending him flying back. So Boo then shoots a flurry of blasts at Goku, but Goku dodges every single one of them and then punches Boo into a mountain. Boo then begins to explode out of it, and then is out of stamina. So Goku then walks over to him.
It's over, Boo. You've lost this.
Boo then regenerates his arm and then goes to try and punch Goku, but it just breaks his hand in contact. Boo then falls to the ground. Goku then powers up an energy blast, ready to kill Boo. But that's when Boo then moves his severed hand towards Madara, Madara and Obito without anyone knowing.
So, this was his plan. Very well.
Goku's about to shoot it when Madara then and Obito are Goku's about to shoot his energy blast, and then when Madara and Obito are consumed in Boo, and then Boo then merges with it. Boo's chakra alone pushes Goku away, but he catches himself, and Boo then becomes incredibly massive and attains the Rinnegan.
Damn it! Not only did he absorb the Ten Tails, but two people who had possessed the Rinnegan as well. Damn it! Goku had the edge!
Boo then goes for his blind spots, and Goku then can't defend himself from the amount of attacks. He's hit by one of its tendrils and then is hit to the ground. Boo then creates a tailpiece bomb and then hits Goku at point blank range. Goku is sent flying into a mountain. He then reverts back to base, and Goku picks him up and begins to crush him. Boo uses Ten Tails Fission and then creates multiple mini clones that are equal to his power. And so Broly and Turles then fly in to help Goku, but Broly is about to use Force Build Fission to defuse, but that's when Turles says it's useless and Boo will become unstable and self-destruct if he uses that. They need to use an attack that will bleed him so completely that he won't leave no trace of him. So Turles then turns Super Saiyan 4 and frees Goku. So Broly then gives Goku some of his energy that he stole from the mini boos. That's only enough for him to turn Super Saiyan Blue. Goku and Turles then hit him at the same time, but it barely does anything. Broly then hits them with another tailpiece bomb, and they're all sent flying back to the others. Sakura heals them, and that's when Goku stands up. Damn it! If that monster continues, the entire world will be destroyed. Goku stares solemnly at Boo. He then turns to everyone. Sorry everyone, but I've been thinking about this, and I'm sure that there's only one way left to save the Earth now. Turles instantly knows what he's thinking. Goku, don't do this. We can think of some other way, can't we? Don't go. You're all that I have left. Goku closes his eyes and smiles. You've changed a lot, Turles. I'm really proud of the man that you've become. But I'm sorry. There's no other way. Everyone then realizes what Goku's thinking, and their eyes then begin to water. Is this really how it's going to end? Yeah, Naruto. Thank you for being my first friend, my best friend. My journey may end here, but even so, time won't stand by as you grieve. Look forward and straight ahead, and become the best Hokage that anyone's ever seen. Sakura, I know this is probably the worst time for me to say this, but I love you. And I know that you obviously don't return my feelings, but keep being the best that you can be, and never give up. And Sasuke, I'm really sorry for everything that I've put you through. I truly wish I could have been stronger to prevent the death of the Uchiha. I'm really sorry, but please, even though you hate me, come back to the Hidden Leaf. You people that care about you, your friends. Turles, I'm trusting you. I'm trusting you to lead the Saiyans down to a bright future, and take care of my friends, and yourself. It's all up to you. Goku turns around, and then that's when Sasuke says, none of what happened was your fault. You were just a kid, just like me. I'm sorry for never trusting you. I was wrong about you. Goku smiles as he then says, goodbye, my friends. Goku powers into Ultra Instinct, and Sakura tells him to wait, but she can't. Goku's already rushing into battle. So Goku then puts all of his power into one final attack as he screams Dragon Fist. And then a silver dragon then goes into Boo, and Goku puts all of his power into one final explosion, vaporizing Boo into nothing. Goku then begins to close his eyes as he fades from consciousness, as he then says, you were strong, Boo. I hope one day, somehow, you get reincarnated into someone good. As his eyes then begin to shut, a mysterious figure then teleports him away, and the only thing left of Goku is his bandana. Everyone rushes over to try and find Goku, but all that Sakura finds is his bandana. She picks it up and then holds it close to her. Turles then wipes his eyes as he then says, I'll make sure to keep your legacy alive. That's a promise! No matter what! Everyone mourns his death. This time, there's no fight between Naruto and Sasuke. Sasuke's only enemy was Itachi and the Saiyans, but now he's forgiven them. Sakura still hopes that somewhere out there, Goku's still alive. Everyone mourns the people that have died in the war. Kakashi becomes the 6th Hokage, and Turles becomes the new king of the Saiyans. Naruto, who's going to be the 7th Hokage, shakes hands with Turles, bringing peace between Saiyans and humans once again. 2 years pass, and Naruto is now 19, and things are pretty peaceful. And Naruto feels like celebrating, so he buys everyone ramen. Hinata then wants to express her feelings for Naruto, but he's too busy with other girls. So she then goes to the park, and then Naruto then finds her as she gets kidnapped by a mysterious figure wearing a mask, and it has a very familiar hairstyle. Naruto chases him, and they then begin fighting. They're evenly matched, but eventually a mysterious figure then retreats, and Toneri, who is the one controlling the puppets, makes his presence known and then leaves. He kidnaps Hanami and steals her eyes, and then the team is made to find them. Naruto, Sai, Shikamaru, Sakura, Hinata, and Turles then go to find her, place where there's water where you can swim in and stay dry. So they dive in and they're putting a genjutsu, but Sakura releases it. So everyone except for Naruto and Hinata will make it to the bottom, and that's when a mysterious figure arrives. He then And again, he then goes to attack, and Turles attacks too, and they clash fists. The way this masked man fights is very familiar. He seems to be adapting and getting stronger throughout the battle. Turles then goes into Super Saiyan 4, wanting to finish this battle quickly, and then he then sends a flurry of punches at the figure. He then lands a full force punch, and then sends him flying into a wall. The mask then breaks a little, showing his eye. That face! Who are you? I left my name behind a long time ago. Turles then goes to attack, but he teleports away. And then later that night, Naruto confesses to Hinata, and then Toneri arrives and she goes with him. So a bit of time passes, and Toneri then goes to rest and tells the masked man to watch over Hinata. So he leaves, and Hinata then looks at the broken part of the mask, and then seems to reveal his face, and then asks if he's Goku. The man seems to react to that name. She continues, saying that if this is Goku, Naruto, Sakura, and Turles, and everyone haven't given up on him. Those names are familiar. The man shakes off the thought, and then Hinata then gets up and says that she needs to get to the 10 Saigon. You can't. Master said for you to stay here. She says that Goku has no master, and that he's freed the Saiyans from their slavery, and they live in peace and harmony now because of him. So why should he be a slave? So the man then begins to get a serious migraine, and this gives her enough time to get her 10 Saigon. So Toneri then sends out his puppets, and Hinata then fights them. But then he then puts her under a mind control. So Naruto and Ko then arrive, and then he then arrives. So he then saves Hinata. So the man then attacks and then goes for the fight, and Turles fights him again. So Hinata tells him to go for his mask, and he nods. So they fight, and Turles is able to get through his guard and grabs the mask. He then takes it off and stomps him into the ground. The man wakes up, and it's Goku. So Goku stands up, and then Sakura then walks over to him and slaps him. I deserve that. She says that he sure did. So Toneri arrives, and then Naruto and Goku then go up to the moon and fight him. They then want to say to finish this quick. They look at each other and nod, and they say in unison, Fusion Ha, and perform a smash-roll dance. They become Borto once again and power up, going into Super Saiyan God along with Chakra Moon. So Borto goes into attack, but Toneri doesn't stand a chance. He absorbs all of the dojutsu, and Borto then takes back Hanabi's eyes. They defuse soon after, and pieces meet again. Lots of time passes, and Naruto and Hinata are getting married. So Goku struggles to figure out what to give them, and he finally settles on giving them the power pole. Once the random arrives, everyone is talking to each other and having fun. By the end of it, Goku and Sakura are walking home together. They talk about random things, and eventually, Sakura then says that Goku didn't let her respond to what he said 2 years ago. I don't really remember. Sorry. Sakura says disappointed that Goku would forget something so important. Sorry. So she then says that's okay, but says that Goku confessed feelings to her. Oh, I did. Oh, well, Sakura. Sakura says that she feels the same way, taking Goku off guard, and before he can even respond to it, she then kisses him on the cheek, leaving him stunned. She then waves to him, saying that she'll see him later. Yeah. Goku then lets out a smirk. So then, time passes since then, and after a few dates, Goku and Sakura finally get married and have 2 kids, Go On and Go 10. And Naruto and Hinata have 2 kids as well, this being Borto and Himawari. One day, Naruto finally becomes Hokage, and Goku, Sakura, Gohan, and Goten are getting ready to go to the inauguration for Naruto becoming Hokage. And just like what's happening in Naruto's house, Gohan and Goten are arguing on a teddy bear that Goten wants to bring. Goten, you can't bring this, you'll lose it! But I want to! Goten! Hey, both of you stop fighting! I wanna! Just then, Goten bursts into Super Saiyan. Goten, you just become a Super Saiyan! Okay, you win! So Goku overhears this and goes to check it out, and is completely stunned. They then get to the inauguration, and Sakura then asks what's taking them so long. Oh, nothing really. Goten just out of nowhere turns Super Saiyan. So she then thinks Goku's joking, but from the serious yet shocked expression from both Gohan and Goku's face, she then stares at Goku in awe and a bit of fear. So Konohamaru has described himself as Naruto, as he's been knocked out by Himawari. So time passes since then, and Gohan then gets in a team with Borto and Sadara. Yes, Sadara. Instead of being Sakura being her mother, it's actually Kari. So fast forwarding, Goku begins to train on how to become a Super Saiyan and how to fly. So he soon gets an idea after hearing that Naruto uses Shadow Clones to see his family. So he goes to see Naruto and then says to him that he can use the Shadow Clone to work at his office whilst he can train at his son to look after his family. So after a big convincing, Naruto agrees to it. But Naruto then asks why he came here and say that because there'll be a time where we won't be here. So we'll need to train them to get stronger so they can protect this world too. Naruto says that he's right, and then after that, so time passes and he gets close to the Chunin exams. Borto doesn't use the ninja tool, since this time it'll be Naruto that'll be training him. And Goku trains Gohan, and Sasuke trains Sadara. So things remain relatively the same up until the Chunin exams. When it comes to the test, Gohan saves them with his flight ability. So then the next part of the Chunin exams, Gohan and Borto defeat the flag and then easily defeat the team coming after them. So Sadara then gets the flag and then continues on to the final part of the Chunin exams. So Team 7 easily defeat everyone, and then they get the final fight, which is Gohan versus Borto. Immediately, Borto uses Shadow Clones, and then Gohan then blasts at them, and blast them away. They then both charge each other, and then clash. They're pretty even, and Borto then dodges and defeats two, and throws the last one at Borto. They continue, and Gohan is very tactical in the battle. He protects all of Borto's movements, and then Borto then creates a full armor Saiyan God and almost hits Gohan. So Gohan then throws him over his shoulder and then says, "Come at me with everything you've got!" So Borto then creates another Rasengan and charges at him, and then Gohan does the same. And before they can even clash, the Kinshiki then arrives, and then they're after Naruto. So debris then begins to fall, and then everyone then begins to protect the audience. So Goku lands down with Sasuke, and then Momoshiki then kicks Naruto through the arena. So Goku turns into Super Saiyan Blue and goes into battle. So Momoshiki then begins to absorb his power and becoming even stronger. He then sends Goku flying too. Gohan then gets angry and tries to blast at him, but it's futile. He just absorbs his Kamehameha and then blasted back at Goku. So Naruto is then saved by Naruto then saves the village from Momoshiki and then gets captured. So then Sakura then heals Borto, Sadara, and Gohan, and then Sakura then begins healing Hinata, who gets up and he uses God Healing Factor to heal himself. So then he then goes and then helps Sakura to heal Hinata. So Borto then runs off after this, and then Gohan then runs after him.
Hey, don't beat yourself up. I'm just the worst. I just stood there like a coward whilst my dad was taken. But that doesn't mean we can't save him. Come on, we can get him back.
After thinking it over, he says,
"You're right. Let's go. Hold on. You can't just rush in on your own. That's a mistake I made a lot as a kid. Plus, Sakura and Hinata would kill me."
So Goku, Sasuke, Borto, Gohan, and the 5 Kage then go to save Naruto. So they then help Naruto and then fight Kinshiki. Goku, using Ultra Instinct, easily defeats him. Momoshiki then takes Kinshiki's heart and then eats it and transforms. So he reminds me of the old me.
Yeah, you got that right. Let's do this. Naruto, Sasuke.
They all say right in unison, and then they all charge at Momoshiki. He struggles to keep up with the three of them, and then Goku then finishes it with a Kamehameha. So Momoshiki then absorbs it, and then charges at Goku. He absorbs every ounce of chakra left in him, and then slams it on the ground. He then blasts him, and just then Gohan then jumps in the way of the attack, shocking everyone. Gohan and stands back up with his left arm broken.
You jumped in the way to save your... How adorable. But, unfortunately for you, this is your end.
Momoshiki then powers up a massive blast, but then Gohan then flourishes his aura and puts everything he has into the one final attack, and then he then charges a Kamehameha and shoots it. Borto rushes in and helps out, making not only creating Rasengan, and not only merging the two attacks into a Rasa and Kamehameha, but also giving Gohan a second arm. But it's futile. The blast then pushes them both back. Goku forces his body stand and then creates a Kamehameha. Naruto gets up as well, creating a Rasengan. This is now a Rasen Kamehameha.
I can't push any further. Is this really the end? No! Gohan, Borto, keep pushing! You have latent potential within you both. You unleash it. Go beyond your limits. You can do this. I'm sorry. I just can't. Both of you, listen up. If he wins, he won't stop until everyone you know is dead. Your family, your friends, everyone. Do you really want that? You're better than that. You're better than that. You're better than him. You're better than us. I can't. I won't. I won't let everyone down. Go on and transforms into a Super Saiyan, and then Sasuke hits Momoshiki with a Chidori. Now! They scream with all their might, and then they overtake Momoshiki, and he's swallowed up in the blast and defeated. Both Borto and Gohan then pass out from exhaustion. Goku and Naruto fall to the ground. Sasuke then sits down with them. They did it. Yeah, they're incredible. Don't forget, your son became a Super Saiyan. Yeah, I'm really proud of them. Just as they get home, Goku expects to get a slap to the face for putting Gohan in danger, and also getting him injured. But Sakura isn't angry. In fact, she's really proud of Gohan for becoming a Super Saiyan. And is just happy that they're okay. So time passes, and then one day a purple cat then arrives on Earth with a tall blue man. As he's training Gohan, the purple human cat is the god of destruction, Beerus. He asks his attendant Whis to ask, So he asks if Goku knows anything about the Super Saiyan God. Goku powers up into it, and he explains why he's here. I'm here because I've been told about the Super Saiyan God legend, and I was told it would give me a challenge. Alright, but let's fight away from my house. I can teleport you away to a very desolate area where you can both fight to your heart's content. Alright, I won't hold back. So Whis teleports them inside of the staff, and then Goku adopts it, and they then instantly begin fighting. Beerus dodges and blocks all of his attacks, and then Goku goes into Super Saiyan Blue. They continue, and Beerus starts trying. Beerus then hits Goku, sending him flying, when Goku catches himself and then dashes back, going into Ultra Instinct. Beerus is surprised by this, and then they continue. Beerus is pushed into full power, and that's when Whis is amazed by the fight, but is also amazed at Sakura's cooking. So Beerus then creates a Hakai, and Goku barely dodges it, and then Whis then stops the fight once that happens. So Beerus is satisfied, and keeps the Earth intact, especially after trying the food. So time passes since then, and the Universe 6 tournament will happen just as it does originally. Probably just a cakewalk, because of Ultra Instinct. But unknown to them, someone was actually viewing the entire fight. After a bit of pace, Goku is training Gohan and Goten when he randomly turns green, and his hair becomes white. Goku is completely confused along with everyone else, and that's when a man appears that looks exactly like Goku. He explains that he and Goku have swapped bodies, and he proceeds to kill Goku. He goes to kill Goku's family. Gohan turns Super Saiyan 2 in rage and then dashes at him. So it seems like they're both evenly matched, but this imposter begins to adapt to Gohan and eventually overpowering him. So they then are forced to escape. So this imposter is known as Goku Black. After many years since then, Gohan, Borto, and Sakura are 19, and Goten and Himawari are 17. So almost everyone has been killed by Goku Black, and he's becoming more and more unstoppable. And then the remaining survivors are working on a time machine to go back in time. They land down and try to find any civilians that are still alive. This is terrible. If only Dad was here. Goten, I'm scared that even Dad won't be able to defeat this monster. Damn it, I'll make Black pay! Just then, an energy blast arrives, and Gohan stops it with his own. So Goku Black then arrives with a smoke and then says, "You've been running around for far too long, and now I'm gonna choke the life from you. I can't wait to watch you die. Black!" Gohan yells as he then goes into Super Saiyan 2. They then begin fighting, and it's clear that Goku Black has gotten the advantage. Borto and Sakura rush into it, and Goten jumps in as well, but Goku Black just beats upon them, and then having enough of them, he then slashes Goten, sending him flying to the ground, and then reverting back to base. Gohan gets angry and charges at Black, and then Himawari rushes to Goten's aid. Gohan yells at her to get him out of here, and if they die, they're the last hope. So she nods with tears in her eyes, and then grabs Goten and rushes back to HQ. So Goku Black then stops Sakura in the heart, killing her. Also, and then kills Borto. No, Borto in a bright range rushes at Black, but he's able to break the blade, and it puts a hole through his chest. Gohan's anger grows as his friends die before him, as he then begins to transform. His hair grows and his eyebrows disappear as he goes Super Saiyan 3. Gohan then, in a rage boost, then begins to beat Goku Black, but still, Goku Black's power begins to rise once again, and he transforms into Super Saiyan. And they then begin fighting, and they're evenly matched. Goku Black then crits a Kamehameha, and Gohan does the same. Unfortunately, Super Saiyan 3 drains a lot of energy, and Gohan doesn't give up. The beams clash, and Gohan then begins to push back, but it's futile. So Gohan's power begins to give out as he's swallowing the blast. Goku Black then decides to steal one of Satoru's eyes, as it will help him in the future. He first sees Satoru, then Borto, and then he finally lays his eyes on Gohan. No, this can't be happening! Tears stream down his face as he screams and explodes in rage. His aura gains electricity as his heart becomes spikier. He then transforms into Super Saiyan 2. A bit of time passes, and the time machine is made. Goten and Himari, after an encounter with Goku Black, then retreat once again. And then they head back to base, and then they head back to the time before Goku swapped bodies with Goku Black. So Goten has passed out in it. So Goku has passed out in the time machine. So they arrive at Goku's home, and Himari then carries the unconscious body of Goten out of the pod, and then asks if Sakura can heal him. Sakura does so instantly, and then Himari begins to explain everything that's happened. Goku and Sakura are shocked to hear this, and then Goten wakes up and instantly attacks Goku. You bastard! Sakura then punches him in the back of the head and then yells at him for attacking Goku. Mom? Himari then says that they've made it back. Thank God. He then looks at Goku. I've been told about what happened, and I'm going to do everything I can to help you. Thank you. I'm also sorry for attacking you earlier. It's fine. I understand what you did. Later, Goku then takes Himari to see her parents once again, and after that, Goku then challenges Goten to a fight. Goten goes on Super Saiyan 2 straight away, and Goku does the same. They begin fighting, they're both evenly matched. This isn't enough. You just kept getting stronger over time. I see. So Goku then powers up to Super Saiyan God. How about this? So Goku attacks and easily defeats him. You're amazing, Father. But where you're standing right now, in his base form, your God form is equal to that. Everyone goes to Goku's house to see what's going on, and that's when a black portal then arrives. And through it comes Goku Black. Goku flies up and goes into Super Saiyan God again. So you must be Black. And you must be Goku. I'm glad I could finally meet you. Well, let's make this our last meeting, because I'm gonna come at you with everything I got. Very well. I've been wanting to fight you in this body too. What? Goku Black then rushes towards Goku, and they begin fighting. Black throws a punch, and then Goku then dodges and then throws him into the ground, and then shoots a ki blast at him. So Goku Black then deflects it, and then a dark portal then appears as Goku Black then begins to get sucked into it. So Goku shoots a Kamehameha and knocks him into it. So Goku then lands down, reverting back to base. Turles flies over and asks who that was. Me. What? I don't know myself, but someone used a jutsu or something to steal my body, as he gotten even stronger than I am now. I don't even think Ultra Instinct will be enough to beat this guy. Later on night, Goku begins training by himself, and Sakura then goes over to Goten to talk to him. I've never seen Dad this serious before. Sakura responds saying that when someone hurts a person Goku cares about, he won't rest until he hurts them back. She then explains that when they were younger, she was put up against Turles in the preliminaries, and he tried to kill her. And because of that, Goku trains his hardest to defeat him. Uncle Turles tried to kill you? She then nods, and then says that he's changed quite a bit since then, and that she forgave him. So Goten goes quiet, and then Sakura asks what's wrong. Do you think Dad's disappointed in me? She says that not in the slightest, and then she asks why Goten might even think that. Looking at Black, I see my dad's face. I mean, after all, it is my dad's body. And I remember seeing him kill my dad in cold blood. The last remaining survivors think I'm going to be the next, I don't know, King of the Saiyans or Hokage. Since everyone is gone, and I'm the only candidate for it. But how could I do that if I can't even save my own family? First was Dad, then Gohan. Gohan died trying to protect me. I feel so useless. I'm no hero, and I'm scared that I'll use you and Himari too.
Sakura smiles and then says that Goten reminds her a lot of Goku. She looks at Goten in the eyes and reminds him that she and Goku love him very much and they're very proud of him. Goten smiles, and then the next day, Turles then goes to Goten. Kid, follow me. They then go to a desolate area. Mind if I test your abilities for a second? Sure. Right. Show me what you can do. Goten then goes into Super Saiyan 2, and Turles does the same. They then begin fighting and they're evenly matched. Goten then lands a punch to Turles and then goes to kick him as he then dodges and then throws Goten, but he catches himself. Then stops himself with friction. So he then jumps back and then Turles then turns Super Saiyan 4. Turles dodges all of his attacks and then punches Goten in the gut, sending him flying back. Amazing! In one blow you sent me flying! You're just as strong as Dad! You're not that bad yourself, Goten. Turles helps his nephew up. So later, Goku then begins to help Goten with his God Chakra. And then Goku then uses Ultra Instinct and tells Goten to face him in his base. And after a while, for a split second, Goten gets a rage boost and flames protrude from his hand. And he almost hits Goku, but he blocks it. And then after that, he then goes. After that, Beerus, who has been watching the fight, watching us all go down, is annoyed with the time traveling, but it realizes that the similarity between Goku Black's power and the Supreme Kai in training Zamasu. They go to Universe 10 where they meet Goasu, and that goes relatively the same as it does originally. Once they get back, Goten encounters his past self with his older brother, and then he then remembers how happy things were back then. Goten then walks over to them. I can't help but wonder, what should I consider you? Are you my older brother or my younger? I honestly don't know myself, but I hope you don't mind me asking. But what was my future self like? Goten pauses before saying, you were brave, and respected by everyone. You were seen as a light of hope. Now I just wonder if I can live up to that too. Past Goten reverts his eyes. He's always admired Gohan, and he can understand where his future counterpart is coming from. Later on, he then goes to talk to his future counterpart. Hey, me. Oh, hey. I understand where you're coming from, but you can't just sit here and mope all the time. People are counting on you to beat that guy. You need to believe in yourself. But I can't. I'm not as capable as Dad or even Goten. No, Gohan. I'm just a kid. You're not! You're the son of Goku. The one who defeated the evil demon known as Boo. And our brother is just as capable as you are. I know. How can you not believe in yourself when I believe in you? Goten's eyes widen. Now go back to your time and kick his ass and save your world. Thank you, little me. So they then smell each other. So the next day, they finally go to the future. Goku, Turles, Naruto, Sasuke, Goten, and Himawari are the ones to go into the future. Let's just say the time machine's big enough for them all. So they all arrive, and Sasuke and Naruto protect Goku, and Turles from a fireball jutsu. Stop! These men aren't Goku Black! The shinobi then stand down. Who are they? This is Lord Seventh, and Sasuke Uchiha. And this is my uncle Turles. And this is my father, Goku. Yo! They apologize for attacking and then get to a bunker. Sakura is currently healing someone when Goten says that he's finally back. Sakura then instantly hugs him, and then everyone walks in. She's really glad to see them all, and that's when Goku walks into her room. She serves him. She walks over and then touches his face and asks if it's really him. Yeah. He averts his eyes. Seeing how stressed and tired she looks makes him feel really guilty. She jokes saying that Goku doesn't look very happy to see her. Oh, no, it's not that, it's just... She cuts him off, saying it was a bad joke and she shouldn't have made it. Goku hugs her. I'm really sorry. You and Goten had to go through this. She hugs back, saying it's not his fault. Turles rolls his eyes to him and says, enough of the Moshi stuff. I want to teach your doppelganger who's the stronger twin. You're confident that you can beat me? Of course I can. Yeah, right. They then go off and then find Goku Black. Turles then shoots a ki blast into the air and Goku Black arrives. Turles goes into Super Saiyan 4. What a barbaric transformation. I commend your power, but that look is absurd. Watch your tongue. Turles then slams Black into the ground and then punches him repeatedly. Goku Black smirks and then Turles then jumps back, Goku Black then gets back up and then kicks him in the gut when went at him. For a lowly animal, you've come quite far. As a reward, I'll show you how far I've come. Goku Black then gets a power up, and a dark magenta aura then begins to surround him, as his hair becomes a rose color. What do you think of it? Quite the color, isn't it? Judging by the way you Saiyans name your god forms, I'll name this one Rose. Ah, yes. I have Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black. Rejoice, Goku! Only through me will you attain the beauty that you've yearned for so long. Stealing my wife's hair color just to make it pretty? You dare make fun of a god! Black, I'm the one you're fighting here. Ah, yes, Turles. You'll be a fine warm-up. I'll show you that I'm not a warm-up! Turles then dashes right at Black and then punches Goku Black repeatedly, but Black just takes him like nothing. He then uses an energy blade and stabs right through Turles. You're right, Turles. You're no warm-up. You're more of an appetizer. Damn. You! He then falls to the ground. Goku powers up the Super Saiyan Blue and they continue fighting. Goku dodges the blade and then Black then swings at him again and grazes his cheek. Goku kicks him back and then Goku then proceeds to power up into Ultra Instinct. Black smirks and Goku Black then begins to charge at him, but Goku then dodges and blocks all of his attacks and punches him right in the gut. Black goes to knee him, but Goku then grabs him and then throws him into the ground. Goku Black then smirks as he powers down. He then closes his eyes as he opens them again, and they're silver. He flies up and then they then begin fighting. So Goku is still faster, but Goku Black then begins to adopt him, and Goku Black then goes into Master Ultra Instinct, and both are evenly matched, but Goku is getting overpowered over time. Black then kicks Goku, but then Goku flips over and kicks him in the face. Goku Black then creates a clone and then gets Goku in a hold. So then after that, he proceeds to hit Goku with 3 power Kamehameha. Goten rushes in to try and help, but he only distracts the clone for a small bit. So then they retreat. Sakura then heals the 3 Saiyans and Goku then wakes up and says, I was right. Ultra Instinct's no good enough against him. Naruto, do you think we could fuse? It's no use. Even if you both fuse, Goku Black has Ultra Instinct and the ability to get stronger throughout the battle. But maybe if Goku and Turles fused, maybe we'd have a fighting chance. With both of them being brothers, and along with Super Saiyan 4 and Ultra Instinct, you should be able to stop Goku Black. I have to fuse? Do that ridiculous dance? You've got to be kidding me! It's the only way, and it only lasts for 30 minutes. Ugh. Just show me how to do it already. Goku and Naruto demonstrate without touching fingers, and Goku and Turles perform it, but fail, becoming a fat blob. Your fingers didn't match up. Wait another 30 minutes and try again. After that, they fail again, becoming very skinny. Your angles were completely off. Another 30 minutes. They eventually do it right, and they decide to name the fusion Golas. They instantly then go to Goku Black. So you've returned, Goku. And what are those ridiculous clothes you're wearing? Wait, no. This is fusion. Golas smirks and then powers up. He then uses Super Saiyan 4 but infuses it with Ultra Instinct. So Goku Black then charges in and Golas toys with him. He acts extremely cocky, like Goku Black then gets pissed and then powers down from Ultra Instinct as he then does something shocking. His eye then turns black with the white pupil in it, and the mark then appears on his face. On the other eye, he has the Mangekyo Sharingan, which he stole from Sadara. Surprised? After Black killed Borto, I took over his body. We both have similar goals, so we decided to work alongside each other. And with the boost of the Sharingan and Rose, there's no way that you Saiyan apes can defeat us. Golos then goes to charge at Momoshiki, but just as he goes to hit, he defuses. So then after that, he then slams him into the ground. Goku then stands back up and he's completely exhausted. And then Momoshiki goes to land his final blow, but then that's when Goten arrives, and then just as Momoshiki is about to kill him, Goten then stops the blade with his kunai. You again? Haven't you learned that you can't beat me? Where are you going to plan to go now? The past? The future? It does not matter. I won't lose to someone who believes in nothing other. Goku then gives all the power that he has left to Goten, and Turles does as well, and this is all he needs to go beyond his limits. A fiery aura surrounds him as he gets stronger, and his hair then turns red along with his eyes. He gets skinnier, and Momoshiki then springs at Goten, but he deflects all of his attacks. Goku then begins to stand up and forces himself into Super Saiyan God, and then he uses God Bane to hold him in place. Now's your chance, Goten! Do it! Goten then slaps Momoshiki and then uses all of his energy to go right through him. Momoshiki then pulls out of him and says, "How dare you strike a god!" So then he goes to swing again, but Goten breaks the blade and then brings it up and stabs right into him again, cut him straight in half. Momoshiki then explodes, and Goten then falls to the ground in exhaustion, reverting back to base. They're taken to be treated, and Goten thanks them all, and then says goodbye to everyone. And then Goku then says to Sakura again that he's really sorry for everything that's happened. Sakura then says that it's not his fault and that he has nothing to apologize for. She then says for him to go home to Sakura because she needs him. They hug as then she says that it was great seeing him again. Dad, I promise not to let you down. I'll keep getting stronger, no matter what. I need to get stronger for my new family too. Goten looks at Himawari, who smiles at him. I'll be just like you. You don't need to be. You don't need to be. I'm not a hero, and that's why that's why I won't accept being Hokage or being king. That's just not who I am. I want you to keep being the man that you want to be. You're not a younger me. You're not a younger me. You're better than me. And that's why I want you to choose who you really want to be. So upon hearing this, Goten tears up and then hugs his father. They then say goodbye to each other, and Goten brings them back to their timeline. And by this time, Beerus has destroyed Samusu after finding out who he is, and then things are brought back to peace. And as they grow into adults, Borto and Sakura get together, and then they have a child along with Gohan, who ends up being Masumare. And Goten and Himawari end up getting together too, and have a child as well, which would be OP as hell by the way. So lots of time passes, and then Oob is eventually born, who Goku trains, and it's peace permanently. And that's where I'm going to finish off. Whew. This took a while, and thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'm glad that you supported the series and wanted more of it. It means a lot to me, and that you all enjoy my work, and I can't thank you enough for motivating me to keep going. And it has been really fun for me to write this, and I enjoyed every single part of it. Hold on, the video is not over yet. Me, Stealthy, and Wavy have been working on some skits, and I hope that you all enjoy this. Enjoy these. Think of these as some R-Bridge clips from the series. So without further ado, let's begin. You guys want to play Uno real quick? I don't have Uno, so go fuck off! Everyone has Uno, dipshit. It came free for your fucking Xbox. I didn't get it. I got the oldest Xbox known to man. No, you don't. I got mine on day one, you fucking sane buffoon. Well, mine didn't have it. You have Uno, you fucking dick. I don't have Uno, you fucking asshole. You have Uno! I don't have Uno,
I don't have 2, I don't have 3, I don't have fucking 4, I don't have 5, I don't have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, or 11! You don't know a goddamn thing. I don't have Uno. It's free. Why did you make me do this? You're fighting so every important character in this plot can challenge us. Think, Goku. You will surpass every insignificant being in this universe. You will live to see this world thrive, and you will struggle to fight everyone and maybe lose. Everyone and everything you know will one day beat you. What will you have after 500 parts of this series?
Woo! Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!